Hey everyone, welcome back to another Persona 5 Phantom X video, and I'm going to be going over a Wonder, kind of how I build Wonder and kind of how Wonder stats work. So how Wonder works is, so I had a lot of people ask me about in my stream today about Wonder Speed. How does Wonder Speed work? Well, first things first, Wonder Speed is based upon your first slot Persona. So if I have Dionysus in my first slot right now, I have a base speed of 112 now. But if I switch to Yannisik, like I had originally, I now have 106 speed. And why does this matter? It's because of who I have on it. So on Dionysus, I have Agility Mastery 3, which increases speed by 12 and decreases by defense by 8%. While on Yannisik, I have only Agility Mastery 1, which increases speed by 6. So, and it's all who is in my first slot. You can either go by, if you go on and you click here and you can see here, or it's your very top one when you're looking at Wonder right here. And that'll tell you how that works. And then how you actually get speed, that the agility mastery, is you go to Persona Training, cheat skill, and then quite literally it's just skill, and then type in agility mastery. There's agility mastery 1, 2, 3, 4. So Agility Mastery 3 and 4. Agility Mastery 4 is very expensive because it requires Alice seals or Dominion seals. That means getting Alice, and then also, as you guys know, if you've done any training, is any sort of training I do, it can give me a 1 in 4 chance of any one of these abilities, and they can do duplicates. So I could straight up take 10 Alice seals. So building Alice 10 times over just to get Agility Mastery 4 onto one of my personas. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think I was talking to another guy, Missidian. He was telling me Alice takes like 1,000 stamina. That's 4 days worth of stamina to get all the personas you need to make Alice. Because training wise, I don't even have enough seals because it requires that much stuff. Oh my god, I'm poor in Kabaku gems. Or we can look at someone like Dakini. Dakini only requires 625 out of the blue, or you can just straight up grab it from or defeat Dakini random. And Dakini gives at least Agility Mastery 3, but also gives Rebellion. And Rebellion is a goated ability because it increases an ally's critical rate by 9.3%, with an additional 6.4. So very, very nice indeed. So now we got that. That's how you figure it out. So you basically figure out how much speed do you need, because you do everything by speed tuning. So if I look at my Vino, she has a base speed of 120, not base, I mean, with all my revelation cards on her, she now has 120 speed. So a very speedy girl. Because I basically always want her to go first, and then I basically want Wonder to go second or Marion second, one of the two. Whichever one I want to go second, I then have to base it around. So let's say that I wanted Wonder to go third instead. I would have to look at Marion's speed. Okay, she has 104 speed. So I could actually straight up go to Yannisik right here. Go to the Persona Training, go down to details, and I would just straight up chain skill. I would just take off Agility Mastery 1. If I do that, now you see he goes third because now Wonder goes down to his base speed, which is 100. So Wonder, no matter if you have Agility Trainer or not, he will not go below 100 speed. And then it'll go to that. So it would now go in order. So Vino first, Marion second, Wonder third, and Makoto fourth. Because generally speaking, you always want your downwind hero to go fourth. Except for cases like Yusuke, who's a little weird. Because Yusuke just wants to make sure he can counter as much as possible. Get skill 3 up as much as possible. So that's how that works. Now, how do I actually build Wonder, and how does he actually work? So everything for Wonder works off of what's called schema. Schema is how we use him. And if you basically have a mixed bag of what looks like right now, for the most part though, you basically want to do your first row, your second row, and then you start focusing on your third row and your fourth row, while of course focusing on these. I focus on these two, and I do this one last just because of the fact of it takes schema point plus, and this one doesn't really matter because it's just a one more highlight melee and long range account or gun attack, which only affects Wonder. While this one increases the level of the equipped persona's learned active skills by 5. So any skill I learned, such as, Rebellion, it increases that learned skill. And then increases the level of equipped persona's base active skills by 5. So if I look at Dionysus, If we look at Dionysus, so Revolution, it's now up to level, whatever level max it is now. I don't know where it tells me what skill level it is. I'll look at that later. Oh, right here, level 6. And Rebellion's level 6. And that's because this is his personal skill, and this is a learned skill. So this is I didn't have to teach a skill. So that's where that effect comes into play. Go back to schema, the base skill, which would be the Revolution, and his learned skill, which is Rebellion. So now it's at level 6 for each, which is the maximum right now. And then if you want to, it only costs 10,000 Kabaku gems to refresh. But basically, I'm focused on row 1, row 2, and then row 3. I can level the row 3 as I want, but I basically want to skip row 4 as much as possible because it doesn't matter. I don't care about defense percent, I don't care about shield, and I don't care about ailment resist. I would care more about ailment accuracy or effect hit rate compared to ailment resist, because all this is basically saying, oh man, I have a chance to resist burn, windswept, blah blah blah, all of those, or increased shielding. I'm gonna be real, Wonder is a terrible shielder, and he is a terrible healer because of the fact he's a jack of all trade. The only reason I care more about HP recovery is because of ailment accuracy up. Because for me to be able to level up the next one, I have to level up the first one. So you see, I can't increase my defense until I increase my attack, which I can't do until I increase my HP. You have to level up one skill down, going down. And of course, I'm gonna focus on these two first. Always these two first, because they actually affect my persona skills, which we use Wonder for his persona skills. He is a wonderful debuffer and a wonderful buffer. His shielding, his healing, and his damage is pretty mid. That's why. So I basically just want to level up his HP, his attack, because I'm gonna be real, these are super cheap to level up for the most part, and his defense. I'm just gonna level up to max. That's how I build my Wonder. Then I start doing attack percent. I do his crit rate, because his crit rate affects how much like for example Rebellion scales off of crit rate, how much you have. And then I start focusing on this right here. So I can't redo in my ailment accuracy. I would want my ailment accuracy, but it would require me to go down. And then I have a little bit left over just to get rid of, so I don't have to see this blank anymore. That's why I'm doing it. And then see that, and then boom, I'm happy with this. I don't have any more blanks. But that's how Wonder works. And then I'm gonna point out one little screen for you guys to look at. Where is it? Right here, I believe. Lootful.net. Lootful.net is a wonderful guide for characters, the personas, the reversion cards, some tactics you can go over to help you achieve high score. I haven't used this person myself, but I have used their character. I can go to their character. Again, this is not a end-all be-all. There is variation of what you can use, and that's why you can absolutely go and check out like actual people's guides on it. And then personas, what to do with it goes over what they do, what to do with them somewhat. And then of course you can also change the language you use. So they only have Chinese, I believe, what, Japanese, English, and Korean, because this is a Korean site. But also right down here they have a guide. So they have a highlight charge mechanism, they have an ailment accuracy mechanism guide, summary of growth material requirements, required experience, Wonder level, and then Persona 5X. Does this give? Ooh, actually gives you a total amount. Oh, actually kind of nice. And then a Persona 5X damage calculation. So the reason I'm doing this is because of the ailment accuracy. So this is going to actually tell you what your base chance of your ailment accuracy, which is your, if I go back to this one right here, I go Yanisik. So ailment accuracy actually affects skills such as Contra Shot. Has a 75% base chance. So that would be where right down here, if I bring up Lootful.net again, the base chance, times 1 plus total ailment accuracy divided by 1 plus enemy ailment resistance. We don't actually know enemies' ailment resistance besides going and doing a bunch of testing with total ailment and base chance basically until we can hit 100% guaranteed every single time. But I don't think anyone's crazy enough to do that. So hopefully they can go on and tell us in the future, the devs can tell us the enemy ailment. But basically it's total ailment accuracy. And if we go back to Wonder's total ailment accuracy is basically all entirely based upon ailment accuracy right here. That's why this skill is super important, and it can go up to 80. So once you have this fully leveled up, Wonder will have a 80% ailment accuracy. Again, the way I build Wonder may be different than how other builds Wonder, and if you feel like theirs is better, go for how they build Wonder. And then one last thing before I close the video. Once I hit 2K, 2,000 subs on YouTube, I will be doing a $25 gift card giveaway. You know, Amazon, Google Play, anything like that. It doesn't matter. We can talk. Whoever wins, I can talk to them about how they want to do it, and what's best for me and how they want to do it. And then, so it's once I get to 2K, I'm super close to 1,900. So if you guys can help me boost that up, because everything helps. And once again, if I hit 3K subs before Makoto goes away, I believe I'll be A16 her depending on my financial situation at the time, because currently I'm not getting paid by YouTube, and I'm basically basing everything away. But with that, I hope you guys have a good day, good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye for now.